Good evening, folks. And tonight we're going to talk about the Ohio State quarterback battle and its development, where it went. Now, we saw a little bit of how it went there at the end. Chad Ray got in there, didn't pass the ball or anything. He just did some handoffs. But on the other hand, he was number 19. But on the other hand, we're going to talk about the passing stats. 346 total yards between the passers. That is number 10, Julian Sain. Number 12, Aaron Nolan. Number 3, Lincoln Kienholz. And number 18, Will Howard. Now, we'll start with Lincoln Kienholz, who went 10 of 17 with 2 interceptions for 71 yards. Now, the 2 interceptions, that's kind of hard to understand. That's kind of hard for everyone to figure. But, hey, can't complain about that. And then you have Aaron Nolan, who went 5 of 7 for 47 yards with 1 interception.
Daniel Wood, age 46, out of Lancaster, issuing not valid, suspended, valid, permanent ID, -6
And then you have Devin Brown, also went 5 of 7, but for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. That was 11 yards. And then Julian Sain, 10 of 17, 85 yards, 1 interception. Will Howard, 9 of 13 for 77 yards, no interceptions. Now, you're thinking to yourself, which quarterback is more impressive here? If you watch the replay tonight, it'll be on the Big Ten Network at 9:30 tonight. So if you want to, you'll have about 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time, 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time, all on the Big Ten Network if you have that. That's all how you figure that out and everything. I mean, you got to figure that part out. And UCLA, they're also on the Big Ten now, so so let's take a look at this, why don't we? But now Mr. 33, Devin Brown, who I've always thought of as a good player, he didn't do too bad today. I can't really say he was weak. Now, Will Howard, he was pretty decisive on his throws, and now, they did an old-fashioned Woody Hayes type of pose. They did the old wing tee type of play. 3-man lineup. Not way behind the quarterback like they did last year. That play took forever to develop, and that gave time for the defense to get in the backfield, both during the spring game and during a real game. I mean, the spring game was, when I saw that last year, I'm like, oh my freaking god, I was literally livid when I saw that. This time around, I thought the offensive line did pretty good. Now, Devin Brown was 5 of 7. Can't complain. Julian Sain, when he got the snap, he always got rid of the ball right away. He always threw the ball. He's one of those players who's a quick passer. Always wanted to get rid of the ball right away. That's the thing about Julian Sain I like about. He was always trying to get rid of the ball right away, trying to find this man right on the spot. He always wants to get it right to him. That's the thing I like about Julian Saint. Will Howard, on the other hand, he's more of a deep passer. So if you're going to do a deep pass play, that's where you probably want to play Will Howard. Because he went deep for a player and almost caught. Now, Kienholz, on the other hand, he was more of like a Julian Saint, but he's not like... He tried to throw the long pass, kind of like Howard did, but didn't connect. Julian Saint, he was quick on the snap, but threw like an 8-yard pass, maybe 10 yards. Actually looked pretty good, honestly. I was not very disappointed at all in Saint. He actually was pretty decent. Howard played pretty good. August 31st will actually tell us how good they will be. And if Kienholz sticks around, if he actually announces his transfer on April 16th. If any of them transfer. Now, Brown literally said it out. I am not going anywhere. He literally said that. But Howard, he pretty much made a very good statement on his first possession when he first started. He pretty much, everyone's really looking up at Howard right now. Howard pretty much made it perfectly clear, like, he might be the starter. And judging from my understanding, the way I'm seeing this, I think the order might either be Howard, Brown, then Saint, I'm thinking. I'm not really sure yet. That might be the order. But I'm kind of leaning in that direction, maybe. I'm not 100%, but that's just a wild guess. But I see a lot of potential in Julian Saint in the years to come. Julian Saint might stick around. If he sticks around, if he gets the starting job this year, great. I see him maybe getting the start. Even if he gets the start this year, I see him actually hanging around another year. He might stick around another year, and then he might be gone. He might move along and say, see ya. Have him stick around for 2 years, then on to the pros, maybe. I don't know if he's going to stick around his whole entire tenure here. We're almost in like a Joe Burrow situation right now. We're a full loaded room of quarterbacks that are talented. We got so many loaded quarterbacks. Kienholz, he's the other one. We don't know if Lincoln Kienholz is like is like the Joe Burrow that we're talking about. Joe Burrow was a graduate transfer, and he ended up he graduated from Ohio State, but he had 2 years of eligibility left and ended up going to LSU and completed his other part of the course there and ended up winning the national title and the Heisman Trophy at LSU. So this might be one of those kind of things. I'm not sure. It very well could easily be that. I'm not sure with Kienholz, though. But Brown, he was phenomenal. I thought Brown was really good. Now, saying he was phenomenal, I'm not saying Brown was the best. I can't say Brown did his best, but he didn't do too bad. Saying his passing skills were phenomenal. He could throw it to the side and he would get the snap right away, and he saw the defense coming, he would throw it. Now, Howard, on the other hand, he waited too long. He would look for the opening and he would run. That's what Saint did. He would run when the opening was there. Now, granted, the quarterbacks, if you get tapped, you were down. If this was a real game, I don't know how far he would have gotten if this was a real game. Same goes with all these quarterbacks. If this was a real game, I don't know how far any of them would have gotten. Now, if we had the same quarterback in, I would laugh if we actually had a really good quarterback in there. And, I guess the main question is Will Howard the real deal? And is Julian Sain the real deal, like everyone claims? I mean, Julian Sain was like a monster quarterback. He could throw, he had like 7, I'll have to look at his stats, and I'll give you their stats out of high school in a few days here, and I'll tell you what, when the Michigan game is done, we'll do that. We'll do it then. Now, with that being said, I got some more work I gotta take care of. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace. Hit the like bell, hit the button for a notification, and like and subscribe. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.